Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nemeka Onyeka Odeliri. I want to humbly submit here. There have been talks of coalition, P2B, Atiku, Kwakwanso, El Rufai, and all the rest of the political gladiators. And I want to humbly submit here that Mr. P2B should never be part of any coalition that does not put him at the head of the ticket as the presidential candidate of that ticket for 2027. And such arrangement must be very clear. For equity's sake, he will only do one term to help us restructure and reset Nigeria to what it's supposed to be so that power can go back to the north. Now, why do I say so? Forget all the stories and all the gimmicks. Apart from P2B, most of the other, 99% of the other political gladiators are just angry because they've been skimmed out of the power equation. Their interest is not the masses. Their interest is not Nigeria. By the way, most of them have been part of the system since 1999. And we can see clearly what their impacts have been. And we also knew and saw the impact of P2B over the 8 years he was governor of Anambra State. The truth is, of all the people coming together, coalition together to form this coalition, he's the only one the average Nigerian will take for his word. If Peter says, I'm going to do one term, and he signs onto it and execute it, Peter will honor that. But if all the rest of the other people tell you they will do one term, forget it. They will never honor it. These guys will do takia. They will do honor of 419 on Nigerians. Nigerians are seeing through what they are doing. Yes, there's urgent need for Nigeria to be restructured, to be reset, to the path of prosperity, to the path of productivity, to the path where there is competence, capacity, and compassion for mass of Nigerians. There is no mistaking it. This country ticks the right boxes to become a $1 trillion, $1.5 trillion economy within the next 10 years. But we will need urgent overhaul of the foundational structure of Nigeria. As of today, Nigeria is like a wobbling edifice that was, built on a one-room foundation. We need to reset this country. Let me tell you, this country is better as a united country under one God, based on equity, merit, and excellence. If we can inject this into our system, I will tell you this, we can easily remove the over 197 million Nigerians from poverty to wealth and prosperity over the next 5 years. We'll be able to remove the over 50% of illiterate Nigerians and 20 million out of K school from that level of education destitution and bring this country to the level of 98, 99% literacy level over the next 12 years. But we need urgent reset. Peter should never accept any coalition where he's not at the head of the ticket as a presidential candidate, and he must agree to adhere to just one term for equity's sake, so that those who are used to playing criminal politics will not hinge on, he will do 2 terms and the not to be shortchanged, because we know those emotional 419 they will always do. And then within this period, they will reset Nigeria. The constitution should be amended. There was something Abacha recommended that really was very, very exciting if we had listened. For the next 10, 30 years, for the presidency, single term of office. After Peter is done, is 4 years. The next person that will come from the north will do single term 5 years. The next person from the south, single term 5 years, until we rotate it over across the 6 regions. Let me tell you what will happen. When it is already enshrined that the presidency is going to come from the northeast, single term 5 years, it is the northeast that will produce the candidates. So this issue of trying to play religious games will not work. The rest of Nigerians will sit down and select and elect the best candidates from the northeast. If those who want to do both decide to go and nominate an incompetent criminal, Nigerians will backslide them and give to the best person. So with this thing, we will remove all manner of cobwebs and shenanigans that these bandits in power and their elitics front in the private sector have used to hoodwink Nigerians. And of course, we must execute massive electoral reforms in such a way that we will not have the nonsense that we had under Mahmoud Yakubu, where they switched off IRF to doctor what they doctored. Because the truth is, 95% of those in the place of public office in Nigeria have no business being there. It was easy for us to achieve massive milestones and economic prosperity and stability in the 60s because we had political gladiators who were not only smart and intelligent, who were compassionate, who were patriotic, who were selfless, and who were honest. We had Abafumi Awolowo, Michael Ogbara, Tafawa Balewa, Ahmadu Bello, and the rest of them. In the legislative arm of government, we even have one of the wealthiest men in Africa, Saliu Odumegojuku, as a member of parliament. He did not go to parliament to be pursuing contracts and be looking for MDAs to harass, to extort money from, like most of what we have today, some of the pliant, docile people at National Assembly. Was he not the former DIG of police that said when he entered the Senate, he saw an House of Rep, he saw most people that he tried and convicted, most people that he arrested, criminals, all night there, and the guy wept. It's there. You can fact check me and Google it. So we need to get to the level where the best of us gets to place of political office. Sir Lewis was already chairman of 15 corporations when he entered into the National Assembly. He was wealthy. He was very educated. He was very smart. He just went there to make policies that will add value to Nigeria, unlike the kind of things that we have here. But for us to be able to get this kind of human beings, qualified, educated, articulate, honest, and compassionate, in the mood of Desa Mbakwe, in the mood of Latif Jokonde, we need to execute massive constitutional electoral reform. And it will only require a sincere president to do it. And Peter ticks the right boxes as one man that will go there, honor his word. See, let me tell you, anybody who tells you this country, we are better, we are better together as one united nation under God, built on merit, built on equity, built on justice, built on the foundation that our forebears, Ahmadu Bello, Obafemi Awolowo, and Nnamdi Azikiwe, signed onto that 1960 constitution with this modified framework. Single term of office for the president, for the governors, 2 terms, but it will be single term for the next 30 years, rotated among the zones within the state. And then for the legislators, 2 terms, 6 year, 1 term, or 6 year term, 2 terms maximum. You can't go to Senate or Rep and stay more than 6 years. We know the truth. We know what to do to fix this land. Nigeria has all the factors of production to make it very prosperous, to compete with the Asian tigers, but we just need to do the right thing. We just need, the coalition will succeed. There's no Nigerian that is not bleeding. The only way to take out the current bunch of shenanigans that we have in power across most of the trade tiers and arms of government in Nigeria is to have a strong coalition that is led by a man. Atiku is almost 81 years. He should respect himself and respect God. All of them come together, work together to help save Nigeria from this slide to Bogota. Let nobody deceive you. This country is bleeding. If those who are there in power now decide to repent because of the coalition and within the next 2 years decide to do what they are supposed to do, restructure Nigeria back to the 1960 constitutional framework, putting most of these things that we've all agreed and accepted is the right way to go, then if they want to stay 20 years, they can stay. Nigeria need urgent reset. If President Tinubu will muster the guts to now, within the next 1 year, to reset Nigeria back to this thing all of us have agreed is the issue. If he wants to stay till he goes to heaven, let him stay. But the truth is, we have seen clearly that they have no intention, no plan, no sincerity of any type to do the right thing. They are busy sharing arrangements. All of them are busy coalescing. Oh, all those criminals undergoing EFCC investigation across other parties are busy moving into APC. Let them keep on going there. You know, God is not mocked. There's something I've just discovered. You know, when the men plan and think they've gotten it right, the God factor will always be there. The God factor will always show forth. There was a time, you remember the French Revolution, they thought they had everybody. It was the issue of bread or no bread that caused it. A time of liberation is very close, but now every Nigerian must be very intentional. Any coalition that Peter is not the head, is not the lead as the candidate, will hand over power to these same guys who have refused to reset this country. We have options to reset Nigeria, and the options are very clear. Massive coalition of opposition party under P2B as presidential candidates, or the current gladiators who are there repent, turn away from their evil ways, and do the right thing of resetting Nigeria based on the universally acknowledged recommendations that I've enunciated here. God bless you. Share, make it go wide, make it go viral. The truth is, we want Nigeria to be fixed. Whoever that will fix Nigeria, that is sincere to fix it, is acceptable to us, irrespective of the color, the race, the ethnicity, the religion. We just want this country fixed for the betterment of the majority of us. Thank you, and God bless.